Oh my goodness me. What on earth have we just witnessed in the Leinster Senior Hurling Championship final? I mean, that was absolutely mental. Mental. Kilkenny win the Leinster Championship with the last puck of the game. Killian Buckley comes out of absolutely nowhere. A game where Kilkenny, in my opinion, were hanging on for dear life. Galway had them on the ropes. Galway came roaring back into this game and probably actually deserved to win the game on the basis of the full 70 minutes, in my opinion. But Kilkenny are just never beaten. They never die down. They never lie down. How many times have Kilkenny done that? I remember against Cork a couple of years ago. I think it was in the All Ireland semi final. They scored a late goal to drag the game. I think it was to extra time. Cork still went on to win, but absolutely incredible stuff from Kilkenny. They say the Cats have 9 lives. I don't know how many lives this Kilkenny side has. They come roaring back. It's a painful one for Galway. In fairness to Galway, I thought they played very well. Conor Whelan, sensational performance. Pádraig Mannion was very impressive, I felt, as well. It was quite a tussle between himself and Owen Cody. And although Galway lost this game, I think they can hold their heads up high. And in fairness, like, they were a lot better than what I thought they'd be. And they'll go into. It'll be tough for them, like, just that their path now towards potentially getting to an All Ireland final is going to be so tough, because they're probably going to have to play Tipperary, who will most likely, you'd imagine, be Offaly, and then they'll have to play Limerick in an All-Ireland semi-final. So it's a very, very tough one to take for Galway. But for Kilkenny, absolutely extraordinary. To have the amount of injuries that they had, obviously, leading up to this game. Mossy Keown obviously goes off the pitch. They're even bringing Walter Walsh on to sort of roll back the clock and roll back the years. Cornerbacks were reliant on goals. Just mental stuff, really, from Kilkenny. And they're just that type of team. They just never lie down. Like, how many times have we seen this? The Kilkenny of the old, the Kilkenny of now. They always seem to find a way. And tough on Galway, tough one on them to take. They've done so much right. Conor Whelan was sensational, in fairness. Brian Concannon had a very good game, I felt, as well. But what a turnaround from Kilkenny. And it's a game that, to be honest with you, no one really deserves to lose when you think about it. But what a game, what a spectacle. And yeah, a shame that, I suppose, the game didn't have the atmosphere it deserved. But wow, what a game, what a match. Late drama from Killian Buckley to win it with the last puck of the game, to win a Leinster Championship. 4 in a row now for Kilkenny. Tough one to take for Galway. You've seen Joe Canning there, obviously, in commentary on the Sunday game, or in as a pundit. The very tough one to take for Galway supporters. But this is the match reaction. Kilkenny are Leinster champions once again. Here we go. Welcome back to GA Fan TV. This is the instant match reaction. Galway 421, Kilkenny 421, Galway 226. Wow, just absolutely mental. I have no idea where to even start about talking about this game, to be honest with you. Like, this was dilly dong, back and forth, like, just absolutely mental. To be honest, like, I mean, do we start with Galway's goals? Do we start with Conor Whelan's performance, the comeback, Mikey Butler scoring a phenomenal goal? Like, this game just had absolutely everything from start to finish. Like, Galway coming roaring back from 8 points down. Kilkenny were 5 points down themselves in the opening couple of minutes, and then literally within a blink of an eye, they hit 1-4 without reply. This was just a mental game of hurling, and what a sport, what a game, and what a match. Like, this was just breathtaking. And do you know what? Like, I thought myself about going to this match. I hugely regret I didn't go to it now, because those scenes at the end were just absolutely phenomenal. And who said the Leinster Championship doesn't have I feel like Munster sort of is where the focus is. It's where all the attention is, and rightly so. Like the Munster Championship is far more competitive, I think, than the Leinster Championship, and there's probably more contenders in that championship than there is in Leinster. But I think Leinster probably stole some of Munster's thunder today, in my opinion, because that was extraordinary stuff. Like as we were saying, Galway started the better. They hit the opening 4 points of the game. Kilkenny started like they just needed a bit of time to get into it, really. Once TJ Reid obviously gets on the score sheet, but Galway were 6 points to 1 up after about 7 or 8 minutes. Mossy Keown gets himself on the score sheet with a well taken goal, runs through the middle. That was an early team of Galway. They were cut open defensively and they were quite vulnerable down the centre on numerous occasions. Like Kilkenny did open them up on more than once, and that was a worry for Galway. Coincidentally, like I feel like Galway nearly defended better in the second half than they did in the first half. But yeah, Kilkenny scored more goals in the second half, or conceded or scored 2 goals in the second half. But and yeah, like just within a blink of an eye, like Kilkenny like 1-3 in the space of 3 minutes. Vintage Kilkenny, David Blanchfield, or Cian Kenny, on Cody all getting on the score sheet. David Blanchfield as well. And in fairness, like Galway came roaring back though. Like they didn't throw the towel in. They kept fighting, they kept battling. Conor Whelan gets himself a goal. Galway then feel the momentum in the match. They're the ones suddenly on top. And this game just seemed to swing in roundabouts right until the final couple of moments. Like Galway started quite well. Then Kilkenny had a patch where they scored 1-3 or 1-4 without reply. Then Galway would come back into it. And I think they hit 1-4 without reply after Conor Whelan's goal. Walter Walsh then gets a goal. Like this was just mental stuff, really. And at different moments in the game, you're thinking, right, I think Kilkenny have this. Then Galway would come back and have a great period. And it was absolutely brilliant stuff, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant stuff. And at the start of the second half, there was a bit of flatness about Galway. It looked like maybe Galway started to tire at the start of the second half, started to run out of energy. They couldn't get the ball into Conor Whelan. He was quiet at the start of the second half for the majority, really. And I think that was epitomised by the fact that Galway had hit just 3 points right up until Jason Flynn's goal on the 49th minute. And it looked like Kilkenny were running away with it. They were 8 points clear. It felt like from that moment in time, this game was only going to go one way, and that was the way of Kilkenny. But then there was Galway just seemed to have that extra spring in their step. They started winning more ball. Pádraig Mannion started, causing more of a nuisance for Owen Cody, dispossessing him, on numerous occasions. And Kilkenny just started missing the odd chance. Like TJ Reid hit the post at one opportunity, another one dropped short. And Galway just had that extra spring in their step. And it just felt like Kilkenny, in more ways than one, were actually just hanging on. They were just hanging on for the win. And they were sort of just clinging on to what they had. And you felt like if Galway could take their opportunities and be clinical, that this game was theirs. And to be fair, that's exactly what they done. Like Conor Whelan, came more into the game then. Brian Concannon scored. Evan Nyland was chipping away a couple of frees. Kevin Cooney got himself on the score sheet as well. And Kilkenny were on the ropes, absolutely on the ropes. And I think when you actually look at it, like from the 56th minute right up until the end of the game, Kilkenny scored just 2 points until that final goal from Cillian Buckley. Like they were on the ropes, they were hanging on. Kilkenny, like they just looked like the energy just wasn't there, the zap wasn't there. I suppose energy is probably the wrong word, because they showed so much energy to get that final chance. But it just felt like Galway were just winning those 50-50s, 50-50 balls. Like they were winning more puck outs of Kilkenny. And it just felt like they had that break on the Cats. And yeah, they go 2 points up and, the ball's down in around the corner. You felt like there's no way Kilkenny will drag it back. You always felt like they'd get one chance, because that's the type of team that Kilkenny are. They seem to get something from absolutely nothing. As I said at the top of the video, that game against Cork a couple of years ago, I can't remember who it was, but one of the Cork players, like he mishit the clearance and it just fell to one of the Kilkenny players, who blasted it into the back of the net. And this again was similar. I think Pádraig Mannion tried to clear it with his foot. It fell to Cillian Buckley. Like there's so many bodies in front of him as well. You're thinking there's no way he's going to be able to squeeze this in. He somehow gets it in the corner, and literally straight after that, the referee blows his whistle. it's so harsh on Galway in more ways than one, because they gave so much to come back into it. They must have felt like they're finally going to have their moment, finally going to get their hands on a Leinster championship. I don't think they've won one since 2018, 2017. Correct me if I'm wrong there. I can't remember off the top of my head. I know they obviously didn't win it in 19 and any of the years since then. So just remarkable, absolutely remarkable stuff there, in my opinion. Like, just mental stuff, a mental finish. And yeah, you know, who said the Leinster Championship is dead or whatever? To be fair, I don't think anyone did, but the Munster Championship was where all the attention was today, and that was just mental stuff, wasn't it? Like, there's so much to talk about this game. Like, Conor Whelan, I seen Jackie Tyrrell was saying he was a one-trick pony on the Sunday game. Like, if Conor Whelan's a one-trick pony, like, what does that make? Geez, what does that make? Like, half the players around the country. Do you know what I mean? Because that, like he's got multiple tricks. He's a multiple trick pony. Like, that's, yeah, I'm not too sure where that sounds like something I would say, to be honest with you. But yeah, you know, bit of a bizarre comment there. To be fair, I give myself some credit. I bigged up Conor Whelan in the previous show during the week. I know I did predict Kilkenny by 7 points, and there was certainly a few people who weren't too happy about that. But in fairness, like, Kilkenny were leading by 8 points going into the final 10-15 minutes, and the game was going very much as I expected. Like, I just didn't see that in Galway. I didn't see that sort of fight back in them. That's been missing, in my opinion. Like, other than that one performance against Limerick last year, there's always just been a bit of a flatness about Galway, and like, they don't have, like, Conor Whelan obviously scored 1-6. Evan Ireland, brilliant obviously on frees, and like, I don't think he had as much of an impact. Like, he had the odd score here and there from play, but with Galway, like, I just feel like they're missing something at the best of times. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's another forward, more energy around midfield, but today they showed it, and today I think they showed that they do need to be taken seriously. And you know, you'd give them a serious, you know, they'll take a lot of confidence. It'll be tough for them playing what you'd imagine, you know, beyond a big shock would be Tipperary in all-round quarter-final. Look, that'll be a tough game, but Galway have given themselves every chance of winning that. And Conor Whelan obviously 1-6, I think all from play. Man of the match obviously as well. Brilliant performance. Brian Concannon, 3 points from him. He's been a player like who's been knocking on the door for a while, and he was very good. Kevin Cooney with 3 points. Cathal Mannion on the score sheet as well. Yeah, very, very. Jason Flynn obviously comes off the bench and gets a goal. Yeah, there was a lot of good performances there from Galway. And look, you know, it was just a puck of a ball, you know, that in the end that cost them. And you know, it's a game of small margins. It was a bit like Limerick Clare earlier. It's a game of small margins. You need a bit of luck. You need, you know, and in fairness, Kilkenny have got a bit of that, haven't they, down the years? But they earn it. You know, they do earn it. And you know, I don't think Kilkenny were at their best today. There was moments where they seemed to switch off. They had patches in the game where they switch off for 5 or 6 minutes and then come back into it. It was almost like they stopped playing until they went 2 points down, and then they just woke up and realized, right, I think we need to actually get going here again. So yeah, I mean, TJ Reid 9 points, good performance. Owen Cody with 3, some very good scores from him. Cian Kenny was arguably Kilkenny's best player, in my opinion, with 2 points. I thought he was very good. David Blanchfield had a good game as well. Mikey Butler getting a goal. But Kilkenny's bench, like, they just, even with the injuries that they have so much options all across. Like, Walter Walsh comes on, obviously, for Mossy Keown, who went off with an injury. Scores 1-2. Do you know what I mean? Like, they have so much options from their bench. Killian Buckley obviously comes on. He gets a goal. Pádraig Walsh with a point. Billy Drennan with a point. They have, you know, such a brilliant squad. Arguably the best squad in the country, you could say, player for player. And if they obviously get some of those players back, I mean, I think Adrian Mullen's going to be gone for the rest of the championship. But unbelievable stuff there. Just what a squad of players that they have. Test cases, are you going to do a reaction for Tailteann Cup draw for quarterfinals? Yeah, we might make a quick video maybe on it. But yeah, no idea when that draw is, but it will be interesting to see. Obviously, what happens there. But yeah, let me know your opinions on this game. I think man of the match has to go to Conor Whelan. I think that goes without saying. 1-6, extraordinary performance. Walter Walsh, who came off the bench, very good performance from him as well for Kilkenny, in fairness. And he came on the 18th minute, so he definitely deserves to be in that conversation. Cian Kenny, very good. TJ Reid missed a few chances, and I suppose TJ Reid is a player that's judged at such high standards. But I still think he had a very good game. In fairness, Owen Cody was causing so much damage for Pádraig Mannion, and in particular down Galway's left-hand side of the pitch. But Pádraig Mannion, I felt, did get to grips with him towards the end of the game. But yeah, there was so much facets to this game that made it so interesting. And definitely a game worth breaking down in more detail on the review show tomorrow. So yeah, cheers anyone who tuned in. Like, subscribe, let me know your man of the match, your thoughts on the game. And yeah, fair play to all 4 teams today. I think the 4 teams we've seen today are 4 strongest contenders. The All-Ireland, I think, will come from one of these 4. I think that goes without saying, unless Tipperary can do something. But wow, what a story, what a performance, what a game for both of these two. And I don't think any side deserved to lose this, but absolutely mad. And for Galway, tough one to take. It will be tough for them travelling back west, this evening. But I think Galway can take a lot of confidence from this performance. And defensively, there's a lot to be worked on. I think they were cut open time and time again in the first half, and even in the second half at times as well. But I thought they conducted themselves, and their fight back was brilliant. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, your opinions in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you all soon.